Do you have a drinking problem, Johnny?
Objection calls for hearsay. What the
A
document.
different question, Mr. Depp.
Yes. Let's let him object to another one. For him to cook. That's hearsay, I guess.
I'm not just sure it's offered for the truth of the matter, sir.
He got it.
Okay, all right, well, then,
I'm learning.
there you go.
He'd had a conversation with Ms. Heard.
Hearsay, Your Honor.
Let's move beyond the
All right, let's move
conversation
on.
that
Certainly.
Kevin Murphy had with Ms. Heard.
He said, yes, they had. Okay. And it appears that Ms. Heard had told...
Hearsay, Your Honor.
I'm not sure.
This is apparently a statement by Ms. Heard.
That he was.
described to Ms. Heard that...
I'll move to strike this as hearsay, Your Honor.
All right, I'll do that. Next,
And I appreciate.
Sorry, it's evidence.
sorry, next question, okay?
My former business managers were quite
Objection.
disturbing.
Hearsay.
I believe he said he showed him.
Yes, yes, I looked at papers. Maybe they're hearsay papers, I don't know.
I'm going to ask you that question again, because I think it's a pretty simple yes or no question, which is.
You'd like it to be, sir. Nothing simple in this case.
This was a document that you signed as part of your divorce proceedings, correct?
That's my signature indeed, yes.
Okay. Mr. Depp, that is your signature on the right, correct?
Yes, it is.
Dated August 15th, 2016, right?
That's what it says, yes.
And this is you were this is a document you signed, right?
For the third time, that is my signature, yes, sir.
And that was a document you signed in August of 2016, correct?
Is that the same one that I signed 3 times before? Yes,
Yeah.
that's the fourth.
Well, did I read that right?
You did, Mr.
Take
Rottenborn.
that down, Michelle. Did I read that right?
You certainly did, yes, sir.
Did I read that right?
You certainly did, yes, sir.
And you wrote that about the. Did I read that right?
Yes, you did.
Did I read that right?
You did.
Did I read that right?
You did.
Did I read that right?
You did, sir.
Did I read that right?
You continue to read them right, yes.
You were drinking pretty heavily.
Were you there?
It's my question to you, sir.
No, I wasn't drinking that heavily.
We
I
can.
mean,
Let's turn to the UK
it's
116,
definition,
please.
what you define as heavily, sir.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint.
Yeah.
I poured myself a large glass of wine.
Right.
I thought it necessary. I once gave Marilyn Manson a pill so that he would stop talking so much.
You didn't react.
I did assault a couple of cabinets, but I did not touch Miss Heard.
And
As you can see, I think. No.
that you are right after. I won't give you anything to argue with me yet. Right after you sustained an injury to your finger,
Sorry.
that you.
Sean Bailey, who was the number 3.
Objection, hearsay.
I don't know yet. I'll overrule it at this point.
Thank you.
May I continue, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Just basically said in the...
Objection, hearsay.
Your
What
Honor,
Sean Bailey said.
this is about him
It's in
learning
an
about this. It's
article.
not for the truth.
It is the truth. She's
If
asking.
you want to approach.
Please explain to the jury who Sean Bailey is. I think you were starting to.
Yes, I'll try again. Sean Bailey was quoted as saying that...
Objection, hearsay.
Mr. Depp, where was Sean Bailey quoted, without getting into what he was quoted as saying?
It's entitled Johnny Depp. Friends and family seriously concerned about him. Here's why.
Yes,
Correct.
how did they know?
Did I read that right?
You read that very, very well.
The next one, Hollywood Reporter. Did I read that
Allegedly
correctly?
reports say... This is hearsay. is
June
it not?
21st. Did I read that correctly?
You did. Who's Alison Boshoff and how does she know?
Mr. Depp, you can't name
Oh, it
a
won't
single
answer, I see.
actress. There were numerous negative news stories about you. You'd agree with that, correct?
Objection, compound.
All right, I'll sustain it to compound. If you can.
For years prior to 2018.
Thank you so much. Based on the
We'll just take a look at the
accusations
next
that she
exhibit, Mr.
brought,
Depp.
I'm sorry, I was talking, is that all right?
You would answer my question. We'll take a look at the next exhibit. Thank you.
As long as you're happy, sir.
Last week, Mr. Rottenborn asked you about a quote where you said you wouldn't come back to the Pirates franchise for $300 million and a million alpacas. Do you remember that?
I do.
What, Mr. Depp, do you recognize this document?
As soon as my eyes go on, I hopefully will. What was the question again?
How many